This is the Roulette Master, and today I'm going to solve the problem of what do you do with a high coverage roulette system and you lose? How do you recover? Well, one of my subscribers, Mr. Retro, has found the answer, and I think you're going to absolutely love this today. This is called 11th Street Roulette, which is 33 numbers, if you could believe that, and he has a progression that actually brings you back when you lose, and this is going to be awesome. So today we're going to test his incredible new 11th Street Roulette up against another fantastic roulette system. We're going to test it against 5 double streets, and we're going to start with that first. Each one of these systems will get 15 minutes of play. Let's see which one makes the most money in that 15 minutes. And let's go ahead and get started. The timer is set, and we're going to start with 5 double streets first. And let's switch to $5 units after this spins here, and then I'll share with you the progression on this one as well. And can't wait to share the new one, the 11 streets. But both these are fantastic, and let's go 5 double streets first. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that's 30 numbers covered. Let's go ahead and spin, and that is a $25 total bet. You see we have a 0 balance, and let's go ahead and spin with 5 double streets. Here we go. That's a 10 black, and that's a win. We're going to win $5 each time. You can see we're up $5 now, and let's go ahead and spin again here, and here we go. And I'll share with you the bankroll for this one, and if you want to play more or less, what to do as well. And now we're at $10, so we're only winning $5 with each one, but that's okay because we have a fantastic chance of winning on almost every spin. That is another win there, and you can see now we're up 15. Let's rebet and spin again here with 5 double streets. All right, that's a 13 black, and that's another win. We're up $20. So 30 numbers covered on this one. The new system of the day coming up will actually have 33 numbers, if you can believe that. And I can't wait to share that one with you as well. But you need to know the progression on both these. We're up 25, and the progression is like, what do you do when you win or when you lose or when you win after a loss? How do you recover and reset? And that's a 14 red. That's another win. We're currently up $30. So let's go ahead and spin again here. And if you want to make more, just increase the size of your bets, but you're also going to have to increase the bankroll, which we'll go over here shortly. And that's another win. So we're up $35. Let's rebet and spin. And once we have a couple losses here, I'll share with you the bankroll and why it's so important, because we just had a 0 there. So that's our first loss. So what we're going to do now is we're going to double the bet, okay, and then spin. And we're going to try to get 3 wins before resetting. So let's do that now. And that's a 26 black. And this is with the 5 double streets. We're going to have a different progression for the new one. And I can't wait to share with both of these with you today. And here we go. This is number 2. If we get the win, that is, and that's a 31 black. Okay, there's our second win. We're going to try to get 3. So once we get 3, we can reset, and let's see what we get here. That's a 25 red, and that's a win. So we're up $40. We go back to where we started at 25. So let's put those back out there and spin again with 5 double streets, and here we go. That's a 23 red, and that's a win. So we're up 45 now. Let's rebet and spin, and here we go. That's a 6 black. Okay, and that's a $5 win. We're up 50. Let's just rebet and spin. Here we go. That's a 13 black. That's a win. So now we're up $55. And I love systems where you get lots of wins, but the key is, what do you do when you lose? Because you lose more when you do have a high coverage system like this. And there's a loss right there. So let's go ahead and double. And then we'll try to get our 3 wins. If we don't get those, we're going to have to double again. But that's why we have the bankroll. This is going to be a $2,000 bankroll system or a $400 bankroll system if you use dollar units. So we lost again. We're going to have to double again. Now we're at 100. And we're going to need 3 wins to reset. And no matter what, we get the 3 wins. Even if we're not in a session profit, we reset. Okay, there's 1 win. You can see we're back to where we started, but that's because we've only had 1 win. We need 3 to reset. So here we go. That's a 26 black. There's 2 wins. Now we're up 20. And let's spin here and see if we can get a win here. That's a 17 black. And we got our 3 wins. And you see we're only up 40 now, but that's okay. We're going to go back to 25. When we get our 3 wins, even if it sets us back a little bit, we're going to restart with 5 double streets. And that's a 29 black. Okay, that's a win, and we're up 45. Let's see how many wins we can get in a row now without losing. And you know, you want to cash out once you're happy with the profit, whatever that would be to you. It's different for every person, but that is another win there. We're up 50. Let's rebet and spin. Obviously, the sooner you cash out in profit, the better chance. Well, you know for sure you're going to win for the day then because you're up and you're cashing out. So that's a win there. We're up 55. Let's go ahead and rebet and spin. All right, here we go. And let's see what we get here. All right. That is a 22 black. That's another win. Now we're up 60. And the reason you don't always have to be in session profit before restarting is because you're going to get so many wins, you'll build it back up there anyway. You don't want to take an unnecessary risk trying to get more than 3 wins in a row. So we're up 65. Let's rebet and spin. And let's see what we get here. Again, you can do this with a $400 bankroll in dollar units if this is too much. And this is a $2,000 bankroll with $5 units. And that's another win. We're up 70. And let's go ahead and rebet and spin. And bankroll is always really important because then it allows you to have patience and wait for a good run of events before you cash out. We lost there, so we're going to double the bet. And we're going to try to get our 3 wins in a row now. If we don't do that, we'll need to double again. And that's where our $2,000 bankroll comes in for $5 units or our $400 bankroll for dollar units. And we're up 55. That's 1 win. Let's see if we get number 2 right here. All right. That's a 10 black. That's win number 2. We're up 65. Let's go for win number 3. And here we go. That's a 29 black. There's win number 3. So we're up 75. We go back to where we started at 25 no matter what. And then we restart. Here we go. And that's a 20 black. That's a win. We'll take it. And we're up $80 now. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. Let's see how many wins we can get in a row here. That's a 32 red. That's another win. We're up 85. And again, high coverage systems are fantastic for people that like to win on almost every spin. And then you just have to figure out how to recover when you have losses like we just had right there. So with this system, again, we are doubling and then trying to get 3 wins. And the new one of the day will be different than that coming up here because it does have more numbers than this even. It has 33. This has 30. And that's a win. That's win number 1 of 3. And you can see temporarily it knocked us back a little bit, but that's because we need 3 wins to reset. That's an 11 black, and that's another win. We will take it. We're up 80. So let's get win number 3 here and spin. And let's see what we get. And that's a 0, which is never good, unless you're betting on it, of course. So let's double again. And now we have $100 total bet, and we're going to try to get our 3 wins before resetting. And that's a 14 red. Okay, that's a win. We're up 50. Let's go for win number 2 right here and see if we can get that. Okay, that's a 26 black. That should be a win. Okay, and we're up 70 now. Let's go for win number 3 at $100 total bet here and see what we get. That's a 6 black. And we got it. So 3 wins. We reset. We're up $90. So let's go back to 25. And again, even if you're not in session profit, you always reset after 3 wins. And because you can always build it back up again. And with all these wins we get consecutively with this system. And we're up 95. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. All right. That is a 18 red. This is 5 double streets, and we're up $100. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. That's a 19 red. That's a win, so we're up 105. And here we go again. Okay, that's a 12 red. And that's a win. So now we're up 110. Let's rebet and spin. We have about 5 minutes left with this one. Let's see if it continues to do well and how it recovers when we have losses. That's a 30 red. Okay, that's another win. We're up 115. And let's see how many consecutive wins we can get with 30 numbers. That's a 25 red. That should be a win. Okay, so we're up 120. Let's go ahead and rebet and spin again here. Okay, that's a 3 red. And that's a loss, so we will double that bet from 25 to 50. Try to get our 3 wins, and here we go. Okay, that's a 31 black. There's 1. And we're up 105. Let's get win number 2 right here. That's a 19 red. Okay, now we're up 115. Let's get win number 3. And here we go. And that's a 21 red. We got our 3rd win. We reset. So now we're up 125, and we go back to $25 total bet. 5 on each of 5 double streets, and 6 numbers on each of those. So that's a 30 numbers that we're betting on, and that's a loss with 2 blacks. So it's time to double again to 50 and spin. And I like how the bets haven't got that high with this so far. Let's see if that continues. There's our first win on 15 black. Okay, so we're up 110. We're going to rebet and try to get win number 2 right here. And let's see what we get. That's a 25 red. That should be a win. And now we're up 120. Let's go for win number 3. And if we get this, we can reset. If we don't get it, we'll need to double. We got the 3rd win, so we restart. Okay, we're up $130. Let's go back to 25, where we started, and spin again. And let's see what we get here. That's a 22 black. And that's a win, so we're up 135. And let's go ahead and spin again here. All right, stay away from that 0. Either way, we lost that one, though. That's a 2 black. So let's go ahead and we'll double that from 25 to 50. And it's not really a huge deal if you do lose back-to-back, even though it's not likely, because we have a big bankroll, and that's so important. So that's our first win. We're up 120. We need 2 more wins to reset. And let's see what we get here. That's a 4 black. And that's another win. So we need 1 more win. We're currently up 130. Let's get our 3rd win here and reset. Oh, a 00. We didn't get it. So that's the 2nd time that's happened. And let's go ahead and double the bet. And then we're going to try to get 3 wins right here. If we don't get them, we'll double the bet again. That's why we have a $2,000 bankroll. And there's 1 win. So we're up 100. We need a 2nd win right here. And let's see if we can get that. That's our 2nd win on 19 red. Okay, so we're up 120. Let's go for our 3rd win right here. We have a fantastic chance of winning with this many numbers on each and every spin, and we got it. That's a 6 black. So we're up $140 now. We drop back to 25. And spin. And so far, so good with 5 double streets. I can't wait to get to 11 streets coming up next. And show you how the progression works on that one. We're up 145, and let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 28 black. That's a win, so we're up 150. We'll go ahead and rebet and spin here and see what we get again. That's a 15 black. Okay, good win there. We're up 155. And we're down to the last minute now with 5 double streets. Let's see how it closes out. And that's a loss there with 1 red. So we've lost on the 1, the 2, and the 00. So we'll double here and try to get our 3 wins. If we don't get them, we will double again. Again, this is a $2,000 bankroll system for $5 units and a $400 bankroll for dollar units. That is win number 1 of 3. That gets us to reset. Let's see if we can get our 3 wins and then cash out. But we hit 00 again. So that's the 2nd or 3rd 00. So we're going to have to double again. and spin, and then we'll need to get our 3 wins again. This is why it's so important to have a good bankroll in case something like this happens. There's win number 1. Okay, so let's go for win number 2 now and see what we get here. And that's a 35. That's another loss, I think. It is. So now we are going to have to double the bet again to 200. And let's see how this works out for us. That's why we have the $2,000 bankroll in case we get a bunch of losses like this. There's win number 1. Let's go for win number 2 now at $200 total bet. And here we go. We still have plenty in the bankroll in case we get another loss. And there's win number 2, 8 black. And then we'll see how much this sets us back if we get our 3rd win here. And we'll check our balance right after this. We're right at the 15-minute mark. And, ooh, that's another loss, though, I think. So let's go a little bit past 15 minutes because now all of a sudden we're down. We need to play this out. So at the 15-minute mark, we're actually down a little over $100. Let's get it back here, and then we'll start the new system. But my goodness. So we've lost on the 0, the 34, the 35, the 00, and the 1. That doesn't happen very often with 30 numbers, but it can happen, and we have enough in our bankroll to double again. Let's get our 3 wins and reset. Man, that's not very good luck. That's a 26 black. Okay, and this is why you need a bankroll in case you get a bunch of losses in a row with almost all the numbers covered. But it can happen, and that's a 28 black. It tried to hit the 0 there, and that's a 2nd win. Let's get our 3rd win here at 800 and see where that puts us. Okay, that's a 3rd win at 14 red. Okay, so but you can see if you have a ton of losses, then all of a sudden, instead of being up, you're minus 30. So in this case, we do need to go one more time, and you don't have to. You could start completely back over again, but it's up to you whether you want to take the extra spin to get back up again, because now we're back up to where we were before. But it did take 4 wins in a row when we had that many losses in a row. I think we had 5 or 6 losses out of like 8 or 9 spins. But again, that's up to you and your risk tolerance. You can't. The safest thing would be just to start back over again. But I hope you enjoyed that. And now it's time for the new roulette system of the day. And I can't wait to share Mr. Retro's new 11th Street roulette with you. And let's just jump right in and get started. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here to share with you 11th Street Roulette by Mr. Retro and show you how he recovers with losses with this many numbers covered. And we're going to start by betting on every street except for the one that hit last. So let's do that first, and that will be 11 streets. Okay, just like this. That's a $55 total bet. Let's start the timer, and here we go. That's a 28 black. And we're going to win $5 with each one of these. We're up 5. And now, every time that we get a win, we're going to switch these. So the 28 black is now going to come off. And then we put one back on where it was before. So let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. So the one you're not betting on will always be the one that was from the last spin. And that's a 16 red. Okay. So that's another win. We're currently up $10. Let's take that one off. So we hit the 16. We'll take it off, and then we'll add it back on at the one that hit before that. And then let's go ahead and spin. That's a 20 black. But the key to this is what happens when you lose, and I'll share that with you coming up here. So we'll take off the last one that hit, which was the 20. Then we'll add it back on where it hit the time before that, and let's spin. Okay, that's a 33 black, and that's another win. We're up $20. So we'll take off the 33 that just hit, and then we'll add it back on the one from before that it hit before that one. And but again, the key is what you do with losses. Once we have losses, I will show you what to do with them. That's going to be awesome, and we are up 25. So let's take off the one that hit last, the 7. We'll add it back in on the 31 and spin. Again, this is a $55 total bet to start, and here we go. That's a 35 black, and we got the win. So we will take off that one. We'll add it back in on the 7, 8, 9 and spin, and here we go. So the only way that you lose is if it repeats the street that it hit the time before. But right now we have not lost yet. We're up 35. So we're going to take off the 11. And this is a super high coverage system, which I know a lot of you are probably saying, how in the world are you going to recover when you have a loss? And I'll share it with you here in a second. Once we get our first loss here, and that's another win. So we're up 40. And it's really a genius way of doing it. The way Mr. Retro has done this, I'll share it with you here once we have that first loss. We'll take out that 2 that just hit. We'll add it back in on the 10 and spin. And here we go. So super high coverage system, 33 numbers, 11 streets with 3 on each. And that's another win. So we're up 45. And we'll take out that 15 now. And an example of what would happen if you lost would be if it repeated the street that it hit the spin before, which can happen, or you hit the 0 double 0, and that's a 22 black. Okay, that's a win. We're up 50. We will go ahead and take off the 22. Add in the 13, not that one there. And then let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. All right, let's see what we get. That is a 17 black. That's another $5 win. We're up 55. We'll take that one off now, the 17, and add it back in on the 22 and spin. And here we go again. Okay, that's a 30 red. And that's a win. So we're up 60. Let's go ahead now and take out the 30. And then we'll add it back in on the 16 and spin. And for some reason it shows 60 on the bet, but it's actually 55. I'm not sure why it shows 60 there. That must be a glitch on here. But we're up 65. Let's go ahead and take off the 36 now. Add it right here because we do have 11 streets at 5 each. That's $55. So it looks correct that time. Let's go ahead and spin. That is a 20 black. And this is really a genius progression. I can't wait to actually get our first loss so that I can show you what to do. Let's add that one in and spin. And I think you're going to absolutely love this progression after losses, because you're going to do something different with wins and losses. Okay, we finally had a repeat there, which means we lost. So what we're going to do now is that when we do have a loss, we're going to start out by just going up 1 unit. So we're going to go from 5 to 10 on all of these, and then we're going to go ahead and spin again here. Okay. And that's a 2 black. Okay, that's a $10 win. But you see, when we lost $55. So that means we were up 75. So we're not at 75, we're at 25. So what we do with each loss is, with each win, we'll talk about the losses. You go up a unit. When you win, you go up a unit, but you also take away the one that you just hit. So let's do that. Okay, and now all the rest of them go up another unit. And this is when you win, not when you lose. So here we go. And then if we lose after we win, we'll add one of these back in, and I'll show you how that works here in a second. So now we have 2 uncovered. We don't have 11 streets anymore. We have 10. And let's go ahead and spin. And remember, we're trying to get back to $75 session profit. That's a 35 black. Okay, we got another win, but let's see if we're in session profit. We are not. So guess what that means? We take away that one that just won, which would be this one right here. And then we add a unit to each. Okay, just like this. And then if we lose, since we're taking some of these away, and now we have 9 streets, if we lose, then guess what? We add one back in and go to 10, and we add another unit. So let's go ahead and spin right here at 180 total bet. And then once we're in session profit, we restart. That's a 28 black. And that's a $60 win. So now we're up 115. That is new session profit. So now we go back to where we started with 11 streets. So let's do that. And we leave out the one that hit last. So let's add 5 to all of them, except for the one that hit last. And now we're in session profit, so we start over. So let's go over that again as we get all these wins right here, because you get so many wins with 11 streets. So if you lose, you go up a unit. If you win, you go up a unit. But before you go up a unit, you take off the street that hit last. So we're up 120. Let's rebet and spin. And then if you win and then lose, you add back in the street that you took off, and then you add another unit. So that's another win. We're up 125. And I really like this progression from Mr. Retro. So you're going up on wins and losses, and except when you win, you're taking off an extra street until you're in session profit. Then once you're in session profit, you restart. So let's rebet and spin, and now we're going to take off the 6 that just won there. And add it in there and spin. And here we go. I'm really enjoying this 11th Street Roulette. Let's see how many wins we can get here before we have another loss. That's another $5 win. We're up 135. We will take off the 23 now and add it back in on the 4. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. All right. That's a 29 black. And again, you only lose if you hit the zeros or if the street that hit last repeats. So we will take off that one that just hit there. Add it back in on the 22. And even though it says 60 there, that's $55 bet. I don't know why it did that. We do have 11 streets at 5 each. So that's a 19 red. And the reason why I know that's because we won $5. And we're up 145. Let's take off the 19 there and then add one in right here and spin. Now it's showing it right there. And let's see what we get. That's a 3 red. And that's a win. So we're up 150. We'll take that one off now, the 3 street, and then add in right here and spin. And here we go. That's a 19 red. That's another win. We're up 155. We'll take that one off now, the 19. And again, you can only lose if you get a repeat of a street or you hit 000. And then if you lose, you go up a unit. Each time you lose, you go up another unit. But each time you win, you go up a unit and you take a street off the one that hit last. So you're actually reducing the numbers you're betting on. We're up 160. And that's the genius to this is that, and let's go ahead and take off the 11 here. Don't want to lose track while I'm talking. Let's go ahead and spin. The genius to this is the reason it's so hard to recover after high coverage systems is because you keep the same numbers. You keep the 11 streets the whole time. It's easier to recover if you reduce the number of streets. And we're up 165. Let's take off the 27. But we're only going to do that when we win. When we lose, we're going to keep all the streets that we currently have and go up a unit. But each time we win, we're going to use the profit that we gain to our advantage. And that's a $5 win. We're up 170. And we're going to increase it also. But we are going to also take a street off. And that makes the next win bigger. And that's a 1 red. Okay, that's another win. We're up 175. We'll take off the 1 there. And then add it back in on the 16 and spin. And here we go with 11th Street Roulette by Mr. Retro. Doing fantastic. And that's a 32 red. I'm really enjoying this one. I hope you guys are as well. We're up 180. Let's take that last one off, the 32. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. And I know some of you will probably say, well, you can't do this with automated roulette. And that is true. If you play automated, sometimes it doesn't let you play this many streets. But you can with a live dealer. And we're up 185. And I think you can. I'm sure you can do this playing online as well. So let's go. If you have any questions about that, just put them down in the comments. Let's take that last one out there, and then we will add it on right here and spin. And we're 11 minutes in. Let's see how this continues. It's fantastic so far. And again, the reason we're able to recover is because not only are we increasing on wins and losses if we lose, but we're taking away streets when we win. So we will now take away the 30. And the cool thing is, you know, most of the time when you take away bets like that, it dramatically reduces the chances of winning the next one. But when you reduce from 11 streets to 10 streets or 10 streets to 9 streets, you still have an unbelievably high chance of hitting that next bet. Okay, so let's take 32 off, because it's still a really high coverage system, even if you do reduce the streets like that. And usually by the time you get to 9 streets, if you get wins on those, you're back in session profit anyway. So that is a win. We're up 200, and we'll take off the 2, and then we'll add it on right here. And let's go ahead and spin. This is a $2,000 bankroll system. Also, you can do this with dollar units and a $400 bankroll. So that is a $5 win. We're up 205. Okay, we'll take off the 27 there. And we'll add that one back in and spin. And always taking off the last one. So the only way to lose is if it repeats or you hit 0. And that's a 28 black. And that's a win. We're up 210. So let's go ahead now and take off the 28. Okay, and let's go ahead and spin again here. And if you haven't seen how we dealt with the losses, if you fast forward to this part, make sure you go back to where we did that in case we don't get another loss here. But it's we'll go over it. I'll go over it again here as well. We're up 215, and we're going to take away the one that hit there, the 3. And let's add it in here and spin. So again, if you lose, you're going to go up a unit with each loss. Those are $5 units. If you win, you're going to go up $5 with each win as well till you're in session profit. Once you're in session profit, you reset. But when you win, and not only do you go up a unit, but you take a street off if the one that hit last. So we'll take we haven't had a loss in a little while because we have so many numbers covered, 33 to be exact. And let's see if we get another loss here in the last minute and a half here. That's a 10 black. That's another win. We're up 225, and we'll take off the 10, and we'll add it back in on the 28 and spin. And here we go. And that makes so much sense to me, because if you keep the streets at 11, it's hard to recover because you're not going to win as much. And we're up 230. And it's so smart because, like I said before, on 9 streets and 10 streets, you still have a really high chance of hitting, but you're going to make more money on those bets than you are with the 11. So you still have a great chance of winning on the recoveries, but you won't. You'll still, you'll have a really good chance of hitting, and you'll make more money. So we're up 235. We'll take out that last one, the 23, and put it back in there on the 25. And then let's go ahead and spin, and let's see how this closes it out here in the last 15 seconds. That's a 36 red, and we won. So we're up 240, and actually we just ran out of time. So, man, this was a lot of fun, and I really, really like this. I've been thinking of different ways to play really high coverage systems with the recovery, and this is really a genius way of doing it by taking a street away. And you still have 10 streets instead of 11, and then if you win again and you're not in session profit, you still have 9 streets instead of 11. And you keep increasing whether you win or lose till you're in session profit. I think it's really a genius way to get it back without having to triple or quadruple the bet. So I really like this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and that would be fantastic. If you want to send a system in like Mr. Retro did with this 11th Street Roulette, you send that to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. I love seeing them, so I look forward to that, and that would be fantastic. That's what it's all about, is testing your guys' systems to see which ones are the best in the search for the best roulette system possible each and every day. And if you're enjoying that search with me, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep growing this community of people that love roulette. And this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.